Holy cow, it is a madhouse here. I'm at the Boston, Massachusetts airport getting ready to pick up my good friend David. We're gonna go camp for a couple nights on the peninsula of Cape Cod. Then we're gonna be heading up to Acadia National Park in Maine. All right, you guys, we picked up David from the airport. His flight ended up getting pushed back, what, like the whole 24 hours? But we finally got him, drove up to Acadia National Park, went to the campground we had reserved. I don't know what happened, but the lady ended up somehow booking us for a tent site with the RV, so that didn't work. We ended up finding another campground right down the road that only had a tent site open as well, but it was at least big enough for us to get into. So posted up here. Today is the first day in the park. We're gonna be heading up to Bar Harbor, or like a local called it, Bahaba. Bahaba. And yeah, we'll see what else we get into today.
Eddie, you ready? You ready?
All right, we found parking. We ended up having to pay for it. We got a couple blocks to walk. Did not expect this many people to be down here.
I kind of did after seeing the locals last night. They were like, avoid Bahaba.
At all costs, avoid Bahaba is what we were told. But there's a sandbar that you can walk across to an island. You can only get to it on low tide. So I guess everybody looked up the tide charts like we did and got here. But we got 2 hours, 2 hour parking. So that's how long we're gonna go explore for. Oh yeah, and Eddie gets to go. That's always a plus.
He's too excited right now.
We made it to the bar and holy cow, there's a lot of people. This is how like anything touristy on the East Coast has been, just tons of people. So I guess all this is underwater at high tide.
Feels good, don't it, Eddie?
I just rolled away.
Oh, he's gonna get you. I can't see where he goes.
Stop. All right, we just finished up over at the Bar Harbor, Bar Island area and found a little gift shop walking through the town. Ended up getting me a National Park hat, which is actually the same park hats that I have a couple of already. And David actually got one too, but different color. Look how cute we are with matching hats. But we're gonna walk around the town a little bit, maybe find a bite to eat and just check everything out. We still have like 45 minutes or so till we gotta be back to our car.
Look at the fog here.
We're at Otter Cliff. That's a Otter Cliff rock climbing area. You have to get permits, but apparently there's some walls down there that lead to the water you can climb. That'd be pretty sweet. So after the Bar Harbor and the Sandbar area, we drove around a scenic loop in the national park that takes you to all kinds of cool beaches and viewpoints and stuff like that. But the traffic was so heavy during that time of day, we just decided to go back to the campsite and hang out and just get an earlier start on tomorrow.
That looks good though.
Gotta take that.
Easy to flip it.
Oh, it's really good. Yes, sir. What is it, David? Bussin'.
Bussin'. Oh God.
Rise and shine. Get him, Edison. Get him. Get him, boy.
Oh my God.
That's Sequoia Airbnb right there. So it's the next day. We're gonna be going back to the Mount Desert Island area. There was so many people yesterday, we really just didn't have the chance to do anything. So we're gonna be going this morning trying to beat the traffic. Sunrise is at like 5 o'clock here, so it doesn't look that early, but it's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And if y'all happen to know David, that's an act of God for him to be up this early. But yeah, we're just gonna get out and try to beat the traffic and go do a lot of the viewpoints that we drove by yesterday. So we're back out here today in Bar Harbor at the spot we were at yesterday. It was low tide yesterday, so all the shells and the land was showing. Now the tide's up, everything's completely covered up. That's pretty cool. You can't beat all the people, but it's a lot, probably about 200 people less than what it was yesterday. I guess you're supposed to be able to find what they call sea glass out here, but we're hoping with the tide last night they would have brought in some new pieces. It's got to be down there where the rocks are. You found one? She found some. What's it actually be glass?
Is it rounded on the edges?
Yeah, it's not sharp.
Yeah, I think that's sea glass.
Hey, Sarah found the first piece of sea glass.
We think.
It ain't a colored one, but still, you fucking found one. Like, I've never found sea glass ever. I feel like
It's got like a ridge on it, like it's a.
I would just save it. I don't know, bro. It's called sea glass. It looks like glass. I don't know what I'm looking
I don't know if we're finding like old just glass washed up ashore, or if this is the rocks we're looking for, the shells were, I don't know. Looks like sea glass. We'll have to look it up. We'll have to get back with you on what sea glass actually is. Okay, so it turns out sea glass is just that glass that's in the sea and gets washed up on shore. But the cool thing about it is the edges aren't sharp since it's been amongst the sand and the rocks so long. Find anything else? That's crazy. Found a piece. Just as we gave up walking back, I found a little brown piece. You find any? This is where it's at.
My pocket.
It's a race. I think that green piece is probably the coolest one. I haven't seen David's yet, but
I just dropped one.
David got some rocks, bunch of little pieces, little glass. Dang, you found a good. That's a good chunk right there.
That one's.
Yeah, you found some good ones.
Yeah, no, I got fun. I kind of want to do one more pass and then walk down on the water and see how this covered.
All right, we're all back up to the truck. We're gonna be driving a little bit down the road, and our next stop is gonna be somewhere they call Thunder Hole. I guess it's where the waves come in and make a sound of thunder, I guess. You said you found another piece of glass? Cool blue one?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think you found the piece Sarah was looking for. It's a light blue piece. Ooh, that is a nice one. Oh man, that's pretty. All right, that was it for Thunder Hole. Got a couple good little thunder roars down there, but if we came back on a higher tide or a more rough day, it'd been a lot louder. Where we headed next, David?
Little Hunter's Beach.
Little Hunter's Beach. It's another spot yesterday that was just way overcrowded with people. We're gonna go see what it looks like today. Whoa, this is cool.
Cobbling the code. Oh, this looks good.
Especially this wall.
This is Cadillac granite
Cadillac granite.
from Cadillac Mountain.
How you know that?
I read the pamphlet.
These are so cool. Super round rock. Piece of. Oh, look at this. Super round rock.
Here's some.
So cool to have this whole beach to ourselves.
Yeah, dude.
Like nobody out here.
Not a person.
Some crazy coastline. The rocks and the trees, as dense as they are right here next to the water, is just
Dude, I can't
awesome.
feel it.
Charlotte's legendary lobster pound. All right, y'all, we're about to eat our first lobster roll ever, and our last lobster roll ever, because they're not in the budget of travelers. Not us anyway.
You got it?
Ooh. Apparently the traditional way is cold, but we all got it sauteed. Typical Southerners. We should have got it cold.
Tastes like fresh lobster on a toasted roll.
Go. All right, y'all. Overall, pretty good, but maybe a little overrated. After lunch, we drove to the top of Cadillac Mountain, which is actually best known in the national park for its sunrises. But since there's limited parking at the top, you actually have to get a reservation a day or two in advance. But it's nearly impossible to get it for the sunrise, so we just settled for a reservation in the middle of the day. The last thing we did in the national park was an island and sunset boat cruise. They actually took us around all the islands that you were seeing down there and told us the history behind them all. They also told us tons of info about lobstering and even took us up close to a lighthouse.
Every year, Downey's Magazine sends out its photographers to take pictures of all these lighthouses.
This was by far our favorite thing we did in Acadia National Park.
Pretty awesome. Now those harbor porpoise, they don't come up like that usually. They come up once every 20 minutes. Now the hop, it's a pretty cool island. It's a bunch of wildflowers and grass on it. It's called the hop because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. away from Long Porcupine, which is our next island.
All right, you guys, we have had our fun in Acadia National Park. The last couple of days, we went south some and found a campsite out of the hustle and bustle a little bit. Today's the day we take David back to the airport. Last thing to do is put this national park sticker on. Oh, wait. No, I'm just kidding. Beautiful. All right, give him a peace out, David. Peace. See y'all in the next one.